Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Canfield, and today I want to talk to you about the power of positive thinking and having a growth mindset when you are learning new things. Oftentimes, children experience mistakes and failures which can bring them down. We call this a fixed mindset. When kids often feel frustrated, they will say things like, "I can't do this, it's too hard," and they want to give up. A lot of kids don't like challenges because they see their failures as limiting their abilities. But what we want to do is develop a growth mindset, which will help us to reach our goals. With a growth mindset, we say things like, "I can try anything." "I can do difficult things." Mistakes are valuable and they help me to learn. And failure is an important part of improving. So today I'm going to read you one of my favorite stories called After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. And we're going to study this character and how he has changed from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds kind of grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my whole life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. On this page, I can infer that Humpty has a fixed mindset because I noticed that he's choosing to sleep on the floor rather than climb the ladder to his bed. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. On this page, I noticed that Humpty is choosing a boring cereal box from the bottom shelf rather than climb the ladder to choose a much more colorful and interesting box of cereal. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. Here again, we see another example of Humpty having a fixed mindset, and he's unwilling to try climbing and facing his fears. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying. On this page, we start to notice the transformation in Humpty's mindset. Here he's willing to try difficult things. And even though he gets cuts and scratches, he doesn't give up. So Humpty is developing his growth mindset by never giving up. So Humpty worked until he got it just right. Here Humpty is showing us a positive character trait of perseverance and never giving up until you reach your goals. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. And we know that throughout life, we will have accidents, we will have setbacks, and we will have failures. But it's what we do when we face adversity that helps to build positive character traits. They always do. It looks to me like Humpty's airplane is now stuck on top of the wall. I almost walked away again. But then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb the wall. Here we see Humpty having a growth mindset and knowing that he can do difficult things. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it, but I was terrified. And that's something that we all experience when we try something that is new or challenging. Sometimes we can feel a little uneasy, but when we work through it, we will feel better at the end. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And learned how to fly. The end. So remember, boys and girls, when you are facing challenges or difficult things, remember you can do it. All you have to do is try. And even if you make a mistake, you can learn from it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more educational videos or connect with me on Instagram and Twitter at Learn Elementary.